Jim Shelton, you won the ball game tonight. Yeah, I'll see you at the game. Talk to you later. Bye.
Music Vine. Music Vine.
There is a famous interview of a former Bearcat by the name of Bonzi Wells after a pro game where the team was just horrible in all phases of the game, and they asked him how he thought the team played, and he said trash. And to every comment that every question that they asked, they said his answer was trash. That would be exactly what happened on the court at Muncie Central on January the 24th, 2026, with the Westfield Shamrocks 6-6 coming into the game. Very disappointing season. They were ranked in the top 5, I think, in the very beginning of the year, but they haven't beat anybody. Anybody that was any good, they've lost every game. So, and then the Bearcats were Muncie Central Bearcats 7-5 coming into the game, who have absolutely beaten no one, except for maybe Guerin Catholic. That was probably a more quality opponent than what these guys have played. They played Guerin and lost to them. They beat them by 5, so they're about the same. So I would say that these teams are very equal. If there was any effort put into this game on last Saturday, it was played early because people were worried about snow, and for rightfully so. It was probably a good idea to move it up. But while you're playing them, playing a ranked opponent that you know is coming in as a second game on a weekend in January, at the end of January, after you played Kokomo the night before, which is a really long bus ride. Maybe that's maybe the night you schedule Burris. Just a thought. There's not much to say about this game. It was just really brutal from very, very tip-off to the end of the game, which at the very end of the game, at the end of one, it was 28-10.
Why is the clock running?
No defense at all.
Why is the clock running?
Second quarter, and really no offense. Second quarter, they did a little better. It was 50-29, a little more offense, a little better defense. Only lost that quarter by 3. Then they played the third quarter into 3. It was 75-55. Actually won that quarter. 26-25. And really should have been better than that, because right at the end of the quarter they kind of they came back, and then they lost their grip, and here we go again. But in the fourth quarter, they played some of the best defense they played all season, and came back to within 7. And I actually think it got down to 6 at one point. And with about 40 seconds to go, instead of maybe trying to play this out and figuring out what's going on, they decided to go home. And he put in 5 new players, which totally stopped the momentum. And with maybe a minute and a half to go, they played the game out. It was very brutal. The coaching was trash. They weren't prepared at all. Maybe they made an adjustment at halftime. Sounds like it. Looks like it. Definitely did offensively. And then in the fourth quarter, they played better defense. If they'd have done that in the third quarter, they might have won the game. Might have won the game. What you're looking for is to get the best out of these players. You don't just quit at the end of the game, like what happened there. I don't understand what the strategy is here. These guys are better players than what's happening. Much better. They've got one guy that if he put his heart to it, he's a Division I player, but he's going to have to do a lot of things to get in the next 2 years to get there. the way he goes down the lane and cuts and stuff, you just can't teach. And he's very quick. He needs about 70 pounds on his body because he's so small compared to everybody else. He just bounces off of them. If anybody touches him, he is moving. And the rap is to beat him up a little bit, and he'll quit coming. He's gotten a lot tougher, definitely gotten a lot tougher, but he's going to have to do a lot in the off season, or he's not going to make it to the next level. He is a Division II player at best, maybe a low MAC. He might be able to go to Ball State, which is don't get me on that subject, because there is where we really have problems. They don't have an athletic program in Muncie at Ball State. Maybe that's what the problem is with Muncie Central these days. Ball State's running the show, and some stupid stuff happened, like replacing bleachers that you don't need to. The people of Muncie aren't even represented, and you guys are out there, doing this all the time. It's ridiculous.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun, as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.